Hey there. Welcome back to Summer 2023 Math 109 Calculus at Cal Poly Humboldt. I'm Dr. Tyler Evans. Hopefully you've already watched the short introduction video. If you haven't, I'd stop this and go back and watch that one first. It's just a couple minutes long. In this video, I'm just going to give you a quick tour around the Canvas page. All right, we're going to use Canvas as our primary way of kind of communicating with each other this summer. It's where you're going to be going to every day to kind of move through the course. If you're not familiar with Canvas, right here on the center of the page, I've got a link to some student guides. I'd check those out. The main navigation panel in Canvas is located over here on the left. And I've also got some navigation links down the middle. And in this video, I'm just going to kind of walk down these navigation links one at a time, sort of showing you around. Okay, trying not to keep it too long. You've already visited this page where the introduction videos are. Okay, we'll talk about the syllabus in a second video, so I'm going to skip that link and we're going to go to this first one called Learning Objectives. This is the kind of day-to-day workflow of the course, probably the in terms of moving through the material, the most important link. When you click on that, you're going to find a table. It's a very long table. I won't scroll through the whole thing here, but it's organized by weeks. Okay, so our course is 5 weeks long, beginning May 30th. It's going to end on June 30th. And the way I've organized this table is by topic. The topics are enumerated by the section numbers in the optional text, which I'll talk about a little bit more when we get down to the textbook section. All right, so this first topic is tangent and velocity problems. For every topic, I've organized it into kind of 3 components. There's the learning objectives for the topics. I made a video lecture for that topic. And then I'm suggesting that you look at some problems out of the optional textbook to practice the skills for those topics. All right. You're not going to be submitting these textbook homework problems to me throughout any part of the course, although it is very, very important that you be trying them. So let's just take a look at what it looks like if we click on one of these things. The learning objectives is just that. For each topic, for each section, if you prefer, I'm going to be making just a 1, 2, 3 bullet point list of like, what are we supposed to do in this section? So for the topic of section 2.1, we're going to be talking about slopes of tangent lines to functions and instantaneous velocities. So we want to understand those things, and we want to be able to make a table of values to estimate these quantities. Okay, so those are the 2 learning objectives. I've made a video lecture for that topic. You don't have to watch it start to front. I kind of tried to make them as short as possible, but you can stop them. They contain lots of examples. I hope you find them valuable. And I made them myself because I want you to feel like you took this calculus class from me. All right, so those are all available on YouTube. If you prefer, you can find the playlist on YouTube and visit those videos right directly from YouTube, or you can always navigate to them here from the Canvas page. Finally, after watching the video, there are some textbook problems. Again, you're not going to be turning these into me. They're the best way, the only way to learn mathematics is to do the problems. All right, so I've organized these into 3 tiers. The first tier are the absolutely essential ones. These are the ways to check, did you assimilate the learning objectives from the section? The second and third tier, they just go a little bit further. There, you can think of them as challenge problems. I kind of tried to find some things that, depending on the person, you may or may not find more stimulating than some of those basic skill problems that are in that first tier. Okay, so returning back to that table, that's kind of how the flow goes. Each topic, each section, there's some learning objectives. There's a video lecture. If the video is kind of long, sometimes I cut it into bigger or smaller pieces. I use the Desmos graphing software a lot, so I've made some videos that illustrate how to use Desmos, how to use spreadsheets to do some of our calculations. All right, and then it wraps up with suggested textbook problems. Before starting this video, I counted it up. You'll see if I scroll down here just a little bit, you'll see that in some sections, 2.7 is the first example, I broke it into more than one part because it's a long section. So if I count by parts, there are 36 of them. There are 36 section parts in this table. This is a 5-week course. So you need to kind of spend a little bit of time thinking about how you're going to pace yourself through this material. For example, if you're going to work 5 days a week for 5 weeks, that's 25 days. All right. In order to do 36 sections or section parts in 25 days, you need to be on average doing around 1.5 sections a day. All right. If you're going to instead work 7 days a week, which for this intensive 5-week course, I would strongly encourage you to think about doing that, well, then you have 35 work days, 35 work days to get this course done. 36 sections, you got to be doing about a section per day, right? Ultimately, how you pace this course is up to you, but that's just some guidelines. Okay, going back to the home page, that covers this very important learning objectives link. What we're doing, what the flow is, the day-to-day grind of the course, all right? Okay, said you weren't turning in homework problems. So what are you turning in? How am I going to be evaluating you? That's what the section assignments are. Just going to click on it here. It's another table, right? There's a couple of small assignments here at the beginning. I want you to kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. And then these section assignments take place using an online platform called MyOpenMath. It's going to be seamless to you. You don't have to have a MyOpenMath account. When you click on these links, you're going to be taken right there. Anything you do there will be imported back into the Canvas gradebook. There's a formatting quiz here. You'll see if I click on it right now, it's not going to let me in because it's locked until the course starts. But MyOpenMath is a very user-friendly environment. You'll get used to how to do it. So there are 10 section assignments that correspond to the material in the book, again, using the section numbers in the optional book to kind of keep track of where we are. Those section assignments have due dates that are through the course. You can see a couple of them are due June 4th, a couple of them due June 11th, and so on. So I'm kind of trying to keep you on track. I'll go over this more in the syllabus, but you will have an opportunity to extend the deadline on a couple of those section assignments, not all of them. So again, it's very important for your success in this course to stay on pace, meet these deadlines. It would be very easy to put yourself in a position if you procrastinate to get into a place where you have sort of an overwhelming amount of work to do in an unreasonable amount of time to do it. All right. So a 5-week course, the upside is that it's kind of over very quickly, but the downside is it does not leave you a lot of room to fall behind. Right. So you have to kind of think about this, that you're obligating yourself until the 30th of June to be daily working on this calculus class. Okay. You can see down here at the bottom, the table kind of got rearranged in a funny order. I'll try to fix that, but there's one assignment that's different. It's not a section assignment. It's called the final exam. I'll say more about that in the syllabus video. All right, so returning to the home screen here and just sort of recapping. Day-to-day flow, video lectures, this first link, learning objectives, video lectures. The assignments, the MyOpenMath assignments, the due dates appear on your calendar. You can see them in the navigation on the right-hand side over here. Those are found in the section assignment links. I'm not going to have regular office hours. I won't be on Zoom at a fixed time every day this summer, but I am available by appointment. You'd need to either use an email is preferred, or Canvas message to set up an appointment. You got to give me a little bit of time, but you might have questions. In fact, I'm hoping that you'll take some time, if nothing else, just to kind of chat with me for a second. But I will be available by appointment during weekdays, business hours, primarily in the afternoon on Zoom. So here's the Zoom link, right? So if you do want to meet with me, make an appointment with me and we can chat together on Zoom. So that's linked directly from the homepage. The textbook, I'm not requiring it this semester. If we click on this textbook information this summer, I'm going to make it optional. I will say if you're a Cal Poly student and you're planning on continuing in the calculus sequence, you're going to take Math 110 and 210. Many majors will require you to take at least one of those two courses. This will be the same book and it will not be optional. So for example, if you're going to take Math 110 this fall, you will be using this Stewart 8th edition calculus book and it will not be optional. So I would encourage you to get it. I've listed anybody, in fact, because to do those optional problems, you're going to need it. You can get that book on Amazon, Cengage. Look around. You can Google around. I'm sure that you can find actually less expensive ways to get your hands on either a PDF copy or some kind of electronic copy of this book. All right, but that's where you can find the information for it. What else do we got here? Some technical tools. I think I might not even click on this, but it's just some links to some graphing software. Maybe I will. So graphing software, I use Desmos a lot. I have a lot of demonstration videos in Desmos. I hope you'll start to use Desmos. It's an absolutely fantastic tool. I use spreadsheets a little bit in doing some of these calculations. I've made some demonstration videos. So there's a link to Google Sheets. It's an absolutely free powerful spreadsheet software, GeoGebra, and so on. Scanning apps, you're not really going to be scanning anything for me, so this is kind of a holdover from some of my previous, but those are some, just some kind of resources for taking courses online. And then finally, I've got some links here. Maybe, I don't know, your last math class, or as you're going along, if you want to do some just-in-time review, I've tried to link to some cool material on maybe trigonometry. I've organized it by subject: trigonometry, algebra, some other videos and points of view about calculus, if you want to look at something besides my videos. All right, and that's pretty much the tour of the course homepage. I've got a little picture of myself down there working in my second office in Budapest, Hungary, where I go to do some research every summer. And yeah, I guess maybe the last thing is, as I'm looking at these links on the left, there's a discussion forum, all right? And that's a place where you can communicate with each other. So hopefully, I've seen in past courses, this can be kind of a vibrant, lively place. So you can ask each other questions, like maybe you're watching one of my videos and you want to ask one of your classmates, like, hey, does anybody understand what that guy is talking about in this video at this point in time? Because I can't for the life of me understand what he's trying to say. You could post that there. I'll monitor this discussion forum and chime in there, but you can kind of communicate with each other. If you're just joining us at Humboldt, maybe if you're going to be a first-time freshman in the fall, welcome to Cal Poly Humboldt, and this could be a way for you to kind of connect with some people before you even get here. All right. So this video is getting a little bit long. I'm going to kind of keep it short right there. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, but just, navigate around the Canvas page. I tried to make it intuitive, and I hope it's easy to use. Okay, so thanks for listening.